What? Oh my God. It feels so good to be back. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a special crossover edition of Club Pizzle Happy Hour and Pizzles Picks. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Host Don Pizzle. Your neighborhood. Thank y'all for the support. Just down. Like it's been a hell of a weekend for me. But there's I'm doing this crossover episode for a reason. I had to go to the doctor this past Monday for the dreaded 40-year-old. Had to go and take care of myself. Make sure I'm all good. You know, fellas, y'all out there, y'all 40, y'all over 40, make sure y'all go and get these tests and these procedures. You want to be able to live and be around long enough to watch your kids. If you have grandkids, you want to be there for them to grow up. So Monday was like a blur day to me, and yesterday I had just enough energy to go to work and come home and come down here and do some show prep. Jumped on Tap In Tuesday with um, Chase, Dane, and Pooh. Um, that's but like the energy to set this stuff up, sit here and pod yesterday, I didn't have it in me. So I decided early on, I said, you know what, I'm going to cross these things up. There are going to be a couple of more of these coming up. I'm just letting y'all know right now. October the 8th and October the 15th will be these crossover episodes. It's basketball season. Cavs preseason, and I'm going to be there. I'm gonna be there. But back to it. Thank everybody who thanks for the calls, thanks for the DM, thanks for the will wishes. I am doing fine. I'm still not 100%. I'm still not feeling like myself all the way, but I'm doing good enough to feed my support. I don't want to call you guys fans. You are my supporters. And I appreciate y'all. While y'all in that support mood, make sure you guys like, comment, share the show out. This is just a special crossover episode. Again, I'll be back regularly Tuesday next week, but October the 8th and 15th will both be crossover episodes. And I will announce other crossover episodes and when Pizzles Picks will be moved around or when OG Club Pizzle will be moved around. I'm giving myself those leeways to move things around. It might be Club Pizzle on Fridays, something like that. But just know that I'm going to try to consistently give y'all 2 at the minimum pot a week. Also, make sure y'all tune in this Saturday. I will be on In the Post. Shout out to In the Post. I'll be on there just shooting the ish and talking. Where we? All right, let's go. I want to send out a big congratulations to the brand new Battleground Performance League champion, Princess Love.
Yes.
She came, she fought, she went to overtime, sudden death a bunch of times. She stepped into a hostile environment and she came out with the title. Big shouts out to former two-time champion, or in Battleground Performance League, like once a champion, always a champion. You will ever be known as a champion. Two-time champion B Jax. Congratulations. Salute to him. We had a very spirited discussion last night. It's been a very interesting 72 to 96 hours. It's been a very interesting few days in my world, especially surrounding this. There are other things I will get into. Just check me out on NDA. It's certain things and certain people I will not address on my platform. I won't give them the time of day on my platform. That's just me. That's the type of time that I'm on. But just tune in Saturday, NDA. In the post, we getting it in. All right, let's get it going, man. It was a great weekend. A great weekend of football. I got some wrestling coming up. Not wrestling. Yeah, wrestling, but wrestling coming up. But let's get started, man, with college football. A hell of a weekend. It was some ranked matchups. It was some big marquee matchups. And the biggest surprise for me, or not the biggest surprise for me, was the fact that my Miami Hurricanes came out on top 26-7 over the Florida Gators. It was a hell of a victory. I want to say it was a dominant victory, but Florida was in it really until like midway through the third quarter, and Miami just imposed their will. I'm telling y'all, the Miami Hurricanes they're hunting. This team could be better than the team from last year. And I can't help but to think as a fan, what would this team be, or how good this team would have been if they matched this year's defense with last year's offense with Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo and Adrian Martinez. It just makes me think about that. But this isn't a Miami Hurricanes show, so I'm not going to bore y'all or get there with y'all. I'm just going to say my Hurricanes are rolling. Carson Beck is rolling. He is showing what he showed at Georgia 2 years ago when they were looking and saying, hey, this guy may be a top pick in the NFL draft coming up. But in the defense, Ruben Baines Jr., Jesus Christ, he's in the lap of the quarterback. It seems like every play he is dominating. Lombardi Award, one of those lineman awards, should be coming his way. Other games, a surprising game. Texas Tech just steamrolled over Utah. And not only did they roll over Utah, they did it on the road, and they did it with a backup quarterback. That is highly impressive. So I got to give it definitely got to give it up for them for doing that, because that was a hell of a performance. They did work. Oh my God! And Texas Tech defense, it's funny. You hear defense and Big 12 in the same thing. Kind of got to laugh about it. Big 12, like, this is pinball. This is video game-ish going on. Oklahoma beat Auburn in the SEC till 24-17, ruining Jackson Arnold's return to Oklahoma. He wanted that win bad. Oklahoma just did work. They did their thing. Indiana, holy moly, Fernando Mendoza 63-10 over Illinois, previous 9th-ranked Illinois. I didn't see that result come. And Indiana might be for real. Everybody thinking, oh, last year might have been an anomaly. They got beat down in the first round. This state might not be that good. Indiana might be here to stay. I'm not going to go as far as saying that they're ready for the likes of the Penn State and the Oregons and the Ohio States and I want to see the Michigans. And we're going to see because they got another game coming up. Hopefully they don't have a letdown game this coming Saturday. Syracuse knocks off Clemson 34-21. That game wasn't close from the word go. They had a delay there, but the game wasn't close. And the more I see this man talk and the more I watch Syracuse play, the more I like head coach Fran. That guy is a treasure. And if he's going to be coaching the way that he's coaching right now, he's not going to be at Syracuse long. If he can coach this team and get this team sniffing the playoffs, they're currently in rank, so I don't know how possible it is. But if they keep winning and they keep rolling, I mean, I'm not gonna root for them. We owe them money. But if he can keep this team competitive and winning these big games and sniffing around, hey, Billy Napier, your job might be in danger, big dog. And Fran Brown might be the guy to take over at Syracuse. Not saying, and it's not even, he might not even take the job. He might like being at Syracuse. He might like coaching in the ACC. But having SEC backing, SEC dollar, big money is enticing for anyone. What job just opened? Oklahoma State job just opened. The Big 12 might be attractive for him. Let's go. Let's look at the top 25. 1 through 5. Ohio State remains number 1 after a bye week. Miami moves up from number 4 to number 2. Just because. Penn State drops from 2 to 3. LSU drops from 3 to 4. Georgia is number 5. Oregon remains at 6. Those two stay where they are. Oklahoma moves up from 11 to 7. Florida State, coming off a bye week, they're up to number 8. Texas A&M 9. And Texas rounds out the top 10. So we got 2 ACC schools surrounded by the SEC and the Big Ten. Look at the Big Ten, man. 3 of the top 6. That's impressive. Indiana with a huge jump from 19 to 11. Texas Tech, the other team who made a huge jump from 17 to 12. Ole Miss is 13. Iowa State is 14. Tennessee at 15. 16 through 20, Georgia Tech, Alabama, Vanderbilt, Michigan, and Missouri. 21 USC, 22 Notre Dame. Illinois drops from 9 to 23. TCU and BYU were not ranked, and now they are here. So that top 25, and again, top 25s are fluid, so they're going to switch up. And there are some big games this week. The marquee game this week is Penn State. It's Oregon at Penn State. Happy Valley. You know it's going to be a whiteout. I'm pretty sure College Game Day is going to be there if they're not going to be at Alabama. They're either going to be in Happy Valley or they're going to be in Athens. I don't know if you guys have ever driven or been to Penn State, Happy Valley. It is literally like in the middle of nowhere. When me and the wife came from Philly this year, we took that way. We drove through Happy Valley. State College. We drove through there, right? So it's like Pennsylvania is all mountains, if y'all don't know. If y'all ever driven through Pennsylvania, it doesn't matter. Northern Pennsylvania, Central Pennsylvania, Southern Pennsylvania is all mountains. So we're riding through, and I'm seeing the signs, and like all I see is mountains. And next thing you know, you come around the mountain and you look up on the hill, you see a big ass stadium, you see a hospital. You drive through, you drive by it, and it's in more mountains. So it's really, really like it's very. Another SEC tilt. We got LSU and Ole Miss. Should be a good one. Brian Kelly versus Lane Kiffin. We'll see how that one goes. Ohio State, its first road game of the year, going up against undefeated Washington. Those are going to be part of Pizzles Picks. And USC at Illinois. Illinois, what are y'all going to do? Are y'all going to drop out of the top 25 after being ranked number 9? We're going to see. Let's roll through. I got a lot to cover this week, so I'm kind of like rolling through some of this stuff. But let's go to the Heisman list. And again, this list is fluid. I say this every week. This list is going to change every week. It's a whole lot different, especially starting at number 10. And this will probably be his last time in this discussion this year, unless he comes back early. John Mateer, quarterback of Oklahoma. And the reason he's here is because he's injured. He broke his hand. He had surgery. He's going to be out a month. That takes him out of the Heisman race. Going to miss a lot. The guys above him are going to level and get better and pile up wins. A couple of these guys have big games on their schedule as early as next week. Number 9, Jeremiah Smith, the man-child, of course. I got to put him in here. He's best wide receiver, the best non-quarterback in college football. Number 8, Julius Saying. I'm putting him on the list. He continues to impress. Completion percentage is sky high. His interceptions are up. You got to get those down. He has to limit those, especially in Big Ten play. Especially if you're going to play, especially against a Penn State and a Michigan and the Indiana and the USC and even a Washington. You have to those interception numbers have to get lower if he's going to get and remain on this list. But again, people come on and off this list. There is a name missing off of this list that is no longer on this list that could make it back in the place. That is one name. In at number 7, Josh Hoover. Brand new. This is the first time he's been on the list all year. Quarterback from TCU. What an impressive game he had last week in their win over SMU. Number 6, Joey Aguilar from Tennessee. Boy, is he glad he made the decision to transfer from UCLA to Tennessee. I can't say the same about his counterpart who made the transition from Tennessee to UCLA. But Joey Aguilar, Georgia loss aside, is having a hell of a year. Number 5, Marcel Reed, quarterback from Texas A&M. Damn, that dude is good. Number 4, Gunnar Stockton, quarterback from Georgia. Big game coming up for him against Alabama. And Alabama has had Georgia's number for the last however many years you guys want to count. Number 3, Dante Moore, QB from Oregon. He has an opportunity to be number 1 on this list when I do this next week. He has an opportunity to go into College Station. Into State College, Happy Valley, in a whiteout, and beat the number 3 team in the country on the road. He has an opportunity to do that. And if he does that and puts up good numbers, ladies and gentlemen, he will be your number 1 guy on the Heisman list. Number 2, Carson Beck. I wanted to put him at number 1, but the guy that I have at number 1, Fernando Mendoza, what he just did against the number 9 team in the country was impressive. Fernando Mendoza, number 1. So let's run it off again. Number 10, John Mateer. Number 9, Jeremiah Smith. Number 8, Julian Saying. Number 7, Josh Hoover. Number 6, Joey Aguilar. Number 5, Marcel Reed. Number 4, Gunnar Stockton. Number 3, Dante Moore. Number 2, Carson Beck. And number 1, Fernando Mendoza. Real quick run around through the NFL. Good week of football, especially the 1 o'clock. The 1 o'clock block of games. NFL Red Zone going crazy. The witching hour, the 1 o'clock game, early window witching hour. And y'all know, y'all have NFL Red Zone. Not in that. Y'all have NFL Red Zone. Y'all already know. The witching hour is where wins become losses and losses wins. It's the fourth quarter. That's when every single game is in the fourth quarter. So this witching hour gave us 3 block kicks, all within minutes of each other. I don't know the exact order, but I know the Browns got a block kick. The Jets got a block kick and took it back for a touchdown. And the Philadelphia Eagles blocked a potential game-winning field goal for the LA Rams to take the win there. And then the Browns kicked the game-winning field goal. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield drove his team down and got a game-winning field goal. How about Baker Mayfield? Cleveland? Give him some. The Monday night game, the Lions beat the Ravens 38-30. The Detroit Lions have found their groove after being completely shellacked against the Green Bay Packers in week 1. They put up a 50-burger in week 2 and then putting up 38 on the Baltimore Ravens in the Monday night game. What a game. The Ravens are 1-2. And Derrick Henry got a little bit of cases of the fumble. He has 3 fumbles in 3 weeks. That dude don't fumble. I don't think it's could it be a trend? Could it be something? I don't think so. I think he rights the ship. I think he gets himself together. I think the Ravens get it together. If not, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to run away with the AFC North. And I don't want to have to hear this. The Indianapolis Colts are probably the most surprising of the 3-0 teams. I damn sure didn't expect Danny Dimes to come in there and lead that team 3-0. The Eagles with the big comeback over the Rams. I looked up, that game was 26-7. I was driving home from work. I went to go pick up my wife, going home from work, and get home, and it's like, wait, what? They won? Crazy. The Minnesota Vikings beat the hell out of the Bengals. The Bengals without Joe Burrow look horrible. Jake Browning does not look at all. And he has skill guys around him. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins got to be. The Texans being 0-3 and C.J. Stroud looking bad. I don't have any sympathy with him. I still have it's still up for me. The Bears beat the dog, pissed out of the Cowboys. Cowboys, man. Even with Micah Parsons, even if they don't trade Micah Parsons, I still think that team is absolutely nuts. That's my quick whip around the NFL. Now, moving along, before I get to Pizzles Picks, let's recap Wrestlepalooza, shall we? WWE Wrestlepalooza, the first live event, the first live PLE in for ESPN WWE collaboration. PLE. Listen, I'm gonna just get my thoughts, and I'll run through that. I love the open, the video montage. You now have two of the greatest production teams because outside of like the big three in production when it comes to sports or sports entertainment, whatever you want to say, ESPN, the NFL, and WWE. Nobody makes video montages and puts together these video packages the way those three entities do. And WWE's opening, like that package is fire. They killed it. The open was fire. Triple H with the introduction. This is what Triple H is going to do with a lot of the PLEs. He's going to introduce them. He's going to get the crowd into it. H is still going to get out there and get in front of the camera. And he's still going to get out there and soak that in. Because remember, at the end of the day, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque, Triple H, Trips, whatever you want to call him, he's still one of the boys. He just happens to be running the creative part. And then we got Pat McAfee, which was kind of not a surprise. It's Indianapolis. They kind of like gave it away that Patty Mac was going to be there. It's always good to hear Patty Mac call matches. He brings a certain something. He brings the fun to it. He's like he's a fan. He has been talent and been in the ring, but mostly as a fan. I like the chemistry between him and Michael Cole. It's awesome. Damn near it's dope. And then you add Wade Barrett, who is slowly becoming one of my favorite color guys. I'm still not a fan of the 3-man booth in WWE. I like the 2-man. I love the 2-man. I go back to Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, Gorilla Monsoon, and Bobby Heenan, Vince McMahon, and Jesse the Body Ventura. I like the 2-man. 3-man, I can go without. But on PLEs, it's kind of necessary. There's a lot going on. You got to have that big fight feel. So, okay. Let's get to these matches. The opening match, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Definitely not how I saw this match going. Listen, this John Cena farewell tour has been so underwhelming. Good Rumble, good Chamber, and then that heel turn and that WrestleMania to SummerSlam portion of it. The first heel promo he cut was cool, but after that, it kind of went down. It was kind of, I didn't like it. The heel turn now, looking back at it, hindsight always being 2020, the heel turn was unnecessary. Didn't need it, didn't really need it. They didn't need it, but I guess whatever. Fans wanted it. Listen, fans asked for it. The fans got it, and it was. And we still don't know what the hell him in the Rock. And I doubt we get any answers because now Cena has only 5 days. But to this match, 8-minute match. It was damn near like a squash. It was damn near a mirror image of the 2015. 2014, 2013 SummerSlam, when we were all introduced to Suplex City. That's what this was like. This was like a squash. By the way, Brock Lesnar was massive. Jeez, that I've never seen him look like. I'm never gonna accuse him of taking steroids. That's not what I do. That's not part of how I do my thing. But he was jacked. In the words of Booker T, no bread, no water. Just me. And he beat John Cena in the mincemeat. He took 3 AAs and kicked out at 2 like it was nothing, and got like the F5. It was it was a bit of a squash. Cena got some. Now I'm wondering where we're gonna go with Cena. Now we know the next move is him and AJ Styles in Perth. Looking forward to that match. It's just sad. Like I can do a 15-minute video on how this thing should have been booked. I mean, the matches that we got from him between Cody and Orton and Punk and Cody again. And then Logan Paul. We had a tag match. Then Logan Paul. And then you had this match. We got 5 more days to get it right. I figured like this match and a farewell match. I'm pretty sure he's gonna participate in the War Game. So we got 3 Cena matches left. We got AJ, and then who else is is the final boss gonna come back? Is Drew McIntyre gonna be the one to retire him? Or is there somebody else waiting in the wing to retire? Will it be Gunther? Haven't seen Gunther in a while. Would this finally be the opportunity to bring back Austin Theory? Who knows? We'll see. Tag match, Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed and the Usos. First things first, the OG Uso. Gotta love. Got to love. Am the biggest fan of it. And it's crazy. I text a guy, Chris Cargill, and I say, hey, we got to get. I said, we got to get the Usos OG music, right? And we got it, at least for a little bit. And then we went into Jay's, and they yeeted out. It's fun. Like, I'm always going to be with the Yeats. Always and forever going to be with the Yeats. It's one of the best and now most iconic entrances. It's up there with HBK and Triple H spitting the water and Undertaker and Stone Cold in the glass breaking, Edge and the sliding, Y2J's countdown. It's up there as far as entrances go. Iconic. The match was a decent match. I could have went without LA Knight being a special guest referee since he really didn't do anything. It was unnecessary. It was very unnecessary. It turned into a tables and chairs match. The Bronze got the win, which they needed to keep the Oracle strong. So, got to keep them strong, at least in when it builds up to War Game. The next match on the docket was Stephanie Ventura versus Io Sky, and what turned out to be the best match of the night and having the right side of the card. Listen, Io Sky is the best wrestler, the best women's wrestler in WWE. She is the best. She's better than them all. She's better than Charlotte Flair. She's better than Bianca Belair. She's better than Bayley. She's better than Becky Lynch. She's better than them all. Look at what she's done over the last 2.5 years. She has delivered in every single match. Her rivalry against Rhea has been awesome. Her Mania match with Bayley was awesome. The triple threat at Mania this year was awesome. Every time she defends that title or fights for that title, it is a great matchup. I love Io Sky. She is the best woman in WWE and in the world. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it. She's better than Sasha Banks, a.k.a. Mercedes Moné, and Toni Storm, and any other woman in AEW. WWE, TNA, NWA, you can name the rest of the promotion. None of them. Except for the woman who beat her. Stephanie McIntyre came up. Oh my God, what a match. Like, listen. Once Stephanie McIntyre becomes fluid in English, strap the rocket to her because she is going to be out of here. Although I love where she is with her English now. It's still a little broken. You can tell she's still learning. It's getting better and better every week. But I like the wholesome sweetness of her. Just it's captivating. She's engaged, and you listen like she commands your attention when she talks. And it's not only because she's drop dead gorgeous and her English, she's so okay. Congratulations, champion, women's world champion Stephanie Kerr. AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins and Becky freaking Lynch. This match gave me everything that I kind of expected. Seth and Punk's rivalry, they are the modern day Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. They are Bret and Shawn. The hatred, the everything about this rivalry, and then you bring their wives into it, which is the perfect thing to try to get CM Punk back on track, because it seems like no matter what he does, Punk is a step ahead of him. I mean, Seth is a step ahead of him. But this match, like, those two guys got after it and really got after it. And AJ Lee, for her first match in 10 years, I thought she did pretty good. The timing is still a little bit off, but that comes with being in the ring, and that comes with repetition. That's anything. It's like with a podcast. The more you do it, the more reps you get at it, the better you get at it. But I thought she, outside of the punches and the windmill, the punches she was throwing, I thought she looked good. I was impressed. She still has the moves. The woman doesn't look like she's aged. Punk has aged enough for the both of them. But awesome match. She taps Becky out. So y'all know what that means. There is going to be a one-on-one Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the women's Intercontinental Championship. Don't know how soon that's going to come. Don't know if they're going to do that at Perth. Don't know if they're going to do that at Survivor Series. Don't know what they're going to do it at Saturday night event. That is all to be seen. I'm not here to go territory. I could, but I'm not. And finally, the main event: Cody Rhodes beats Drew McIntyre in an interesting match. I feel like these two are going to run it back, and I feel like Drew McIntyre is going to beat him. I don't know why I feel like it. Just the way that match ended, and just the shenanigans of the match. The referee jumping out of the ring, and Drew going for a pin, and the referee coming in and being just a count late. I feel like they are going to run it back. It's going to be some kind of stip. We haven't had Hell in a Cell. I don't think we're going to have Hell. They haven't said anything. Could happen at but this event was underwhelming. For it to be like the hype and the promo, they get a A plus 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 plus. Nobody does promo like WWE. Nobody does promo like ESPN. Put them together, you're going to have the greatest promo that you've ever seen. The card didn't quite deliver. Stephanie and EO stole the show. AJ and Punk was equally as good. Cody and Drew was like 2 steps below them and on the same plane with Braun and Bronson, the tag match. And the Brock and Cena match was just So overall, I give this thing a B-. And I hear ESPN is not happy with them, but I don't give a damn. But this was underwhelming. Very underwhelming. All right. It's time for Pizzles. Let's get it started, man. Florida State travels to take on Virginia. I believe this game is on Friday night. It's either tomorrow night or it's Friday. One of those. Nonetheless, I got Florida State picking up a win. This could be a trap game for them. They got the Miami Hurricanes on their bye week this week, and they are sitting and they are going to be waiting in Tallahassee for you Florida State Seminoles. Oh, I only got one thing to say to you, Florida State Seminoles. Don't F this up. We need to see these two teams undefeated playing in College Game Day down in Tallahassee. So come away with this win, which I think they will. I don't think Virginia has enough. Number 24, TCU travels to take on Arizona State. I'm going to go with Arizona State just because I like it. And TCU coming off that big win, they might be due for a letdown. This is the Big 12 too. And the Big 12 is so full of parity. This team can beat this team, but can't beat this team. But they can beat them, and it's a lot of parity. It's a lot of that going on over in the Big 12. Big 12 is a very cinematic conference. It's not top heavy like the SEC or it's not top heavy like the other Power 4 conference. Georgia Tech travels to take on Wake Forest. Give me Georgia Tech that one. Duke travels to take on Syracuse. This is another opportunity again. Fran Brown, Syracuse, and you guys at home in the Carrier Dome. Number 21, USC at number 23, Illinois. USC with their big dub over Michigan State last week. Illinois with the beatdown. Let's hope they're not too shell-shocked. I still think USC comes away with the dub here. Notre Dame travels to take on Arkansas. I'm going to take Notre Dame on the road. Notre Dame seems to have it right. The same thing happened to them at the beginning of last year. They started off slow, but they rode the wave all the way to the national. Utah looking to bounce back from their down last week. Travel to take on West Virginia. I think West Virginia got some special dope uniforms they're going to be wearing from their season in existence. I don't think it matters. I'm going to take Utah with the bounce back. And I know this goes away from my thing, the whole traveling west to east thing. That only applies in the NFL, not in college football. Indiana travels to take on Iowa. Let's hope they don't let down. I want to see if Indiana they go up against Iowa, who is known for defense. Kirk Ferentz has defense there his entire opinion there. I think Indiana gets this one, and I think Indiana gets it big. UCLA travels to take on Northwestern. I'm gonna go with Northwestern here. UCLA is just bad. They're horrible. New coach, I don't think it matters. Nico, nope, don't think it matters. None of this matters. UCLA, and Northwestern isn't any better. I'm gonna just go with the trash team that I think is less trash. Forgive me. I'm gonna go with Northwestern. Number 1, Ohio State travels to take on Washington. First road game of the year. It is tricky to play up there in Husky Stadium. Those fans are loud. Those fans are boisterous. Unfortunately, the fans aren't playing in the game, and Ohio State has way too much talent. I got Ohio State by 3 touchdowns. Pull away in the second half. LSU travels to take on Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin versus Brian Kelly. This should be a great ball game. I'm gonna go with LSU. LSU is so talented. They always are talented. They put a lot of guys in the NFL. They've been doing that for the last 25 years. So lots of guys. Give me the Tigers. Auburn travels to take on Texas A&M. Auburn is looking to bounce back. I don't think they do. A&M by 10. Arizona travels to take on number 14, Iowa State. Give me the Cyclones. I like Iowa State. I like what Matt Campbell does. Give me the Cyclones. The big game of the week. Oregon travels to take on Penn State. I think this game is going to be a knockdown, drag-out, shootout, high-scoring game, and I'm going to go with the Nittany Lions to pull out the win. Alabama at Georgia. Alabama has had Georgia's number for the last 5 to 6 regular season championship. Got them, but for the most part, Alabama has had their number. But unfortunately, Nick Saban isn't here anymore. It didn't matter last year. Alabama got the dub. But I think on the road in Athens, between the hedges, I am going to go with Georgia to pick up. Finally, BYU travels to take on Colorado. I am going to take BYU to win this game. I just don't know what's going on with Coach Prime Colorado. He's still playing quarterback shuffle with those guys, even though he has qualified talent over there. Defense is decent. Got to figure that quarterback. Got to get that running game going. Got to have some balance on offense. That's the difference between them winning the Big 12 and them being hovering with 7 or 8 wins. So to recap, I got Florida State over Virginia, Arizona State over TCU, Georgia Tech over Wake Forest, Syracuse over Duke, USC over Illinois, Notre Dame over Arkansas, Utah over West Virginia, Indiana over Iowa, Western over UCLA, Ohio State over Washington, LSU over Ole Miss, Texas A&M over Auburn, Iowa State over Arizona, Penn State over Oregon, Georgia over Alabama, and BYU over Colorado. College Pizzles Picks. Now, let's move on to week 4 of the National Football League. Tomorrow night, Seattle Seahawks travel to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Lost against the San Francisco 49ers at the buzzer, and they return home. I think the Seattle Seahawks win this game. Don't know why, I just feel like it. I think this is going to be another one of those low-scoring games. What about the NFC West? Like, these teams are defense, running game, try to keep the score low. And I think Seattle does that. I think Seattle wins in the low scoring. Fair. Sunday morning over in, I believe this game might be in Tottenham, but it's the start of the London series or the NFL Europe series. The Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna go with Minnesota over the Steelers. Give me the Vikings. Don't know if JJ McCarthy's going to play. I feel like they just need to roll with Carson Wentz because I don't know, man. JJ McCarthy, they might have a JJ McCarthy problem, and they're going to have to roll with him when he gets healthy. They got to put him in. Drafted him in the first. He missed his entire rookie season being hurt. Got to get him in there. You got to see what you got with him. Got to see if he is really the guy. Right now, he doesn't look like that guy. Washington travels to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Jaden Daniels' status is still up in the air. And the Falcons' defense is awesome. I'm going to go with the Commanders. Anyway, on the road. The New Orleans Saints travel to take on the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills. Joshua Patrick Allen. in the Buffalo Bills. The New Orleans Saints are horrible. They're bad. Tyler Shuck, Spencer Rattler, like they can bring Archie Manning back for crying out loud. They are. Drew Brees is not walking through that door. And if he was, he still wouldn't be able to help the New Orleans Saints. They are that bad. The Cleveland Browns travel to take on the Detroit Lions. Great win by the Browns this past Sunday. I'll have more on that Sunday. Tomorrow on Club is why I'm going to talk about it. Great win. The defense is great. Can this defense stop the high-powered Detroit Lions? I don't think so. And even if they do, I don't think the offense scores enough points to win. So I'm going to take the Lions at home. Sorry. The Carolina Panthers travel to take on the New England Patriots. The Panthers had a hell of a win last over the Falcons, who looked bad. In my opinion. I think this is when New England turns the corner and turns it around. And this will be the last week that I pick them and say, hey, maybe they will turn it around. Maybe they won't turn it around. Because they're making me look stupid by picking them to make it right. I believe in you, Mike Vrabel. But come on. Help a brother out. Give me the Patriots at home. The Los Angeles Chargers travel to take on the New York Giants. Here we go. Team traveling from west to east. Doesn't matter here. Jackson Dart in his first start. This ain't the defense start against. I don't think this is the defense he wants to start against. He could bring a spark. He might look good in spot. I think Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers will remain undefeated and continue to have a chokehold over the AFC West for this point. Give me the Chargers. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a battle of undefeated NFC teams. I believe in Baker Mayfield. I feel like Baker Mayfield is an MVP dark horse, and he is making me look great. Keep up the good work, Baker. But I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles to take this one on the road. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL. Point blank. That offense is finding it. Defense in spots is getting there. And I think by the time we get toward the end of the season, that defense is going to be absolutely superb. And give me Philly on the road. The Tennessee Titans travel to take on the Houston Texans in a battle of winless teams. I think this is where the Texans. And if they don't get their first win here, I don't know when the hell they get their first win. Because the Tennessee Titans are equally as bad. They're horrible. And the Texans haven't worked. Give me the Texans. The Indianapolis Colts travel to take on the LA Rams. This should be a good game. And we'll see what Danny Dimes is made of going up against that LA Rams defense. I'm going to take the LA Rams in SoFi. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Give me San Francisco. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. They are better than anything that the Jacksonville Jaguars could put out there. At some point, we'll see the full Travis Hunter. I just need to say this real quick, and I want to throw this out there. I love Coach Prime, just like everyone else, but you have to let your guys go. You have to let Shador go. You have to let Travis go. Those coaches will figure out them. You got to let them go. You got to let them go. Because they're going to say that, and the media is going to run back to them and say that, and it's going to cause a bunch of controversy on all of these podcasts. They're going to be running these narratives about these guys, especially here in Cleveland with Shador. Because Shador is the topic of discussion on Cleveland radio and Cleveland podcast everywhere except mine. he's not playing yet. When he starts playing, then I'll talk about it. What'd I say? San Francisco. Sunday night, the Baltimore Ravens. So this is a 4:00 game. The Baltimore Ravens travel to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. At the end of this game, one of these teams will be 1-2. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think them getting that win against the Giants has got the ship right. Their defense is good enough. They're waiting on the offense to wake up. I know Pat is missing a lot of his guys. Travis Kelce is still out. He looks a step slower, but he's still a step faster and better than most tight ends in the league. Taking Kansas City at home. Always on the Pat. The Chicago Bears travel to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Give me the Bears. Don't know why. I'm going to take the Bears. Maybe I'm underestimating Pete. But I'm taking the Bears. The Green Bay Packers travel to take on the Dallas Cowboys, and Michael Parsons returns to Dallas. I think he gets booed soundly. I do not care that they're not doing a video tribute. He shouldn't get a video tribute. The Dallas Cowboys didn't do anything while he was there. So why would Jerry Jones do that? This video tribute era, I'm sick of it. Let it go. Stop the madness. Anyway, give me Green Bay by a lot. The New York Jets travel to take on the Miami Dolphins. This is going to be a stick. Monday night's going to suck, and I hope Monday Night Raw is really good. But this is going to stink. The Jets and the Dolphins, both of these teams stink. And I'm going to take the Dolphins. But if the Dolphins don't win this game, Mike McDaniel, big dog, you might be on hot spot. Tyreek Hill might be on the first thing smoking out of that. I'm taking the Dolphins. And the Cincinnati Bengals take on the Denver Broncos. I think these games are, if I'm not mistaken. I think one is on at 7, the other one's on at 8. I don't know why. But that is what it is nonetheless. I'm taking Denver. Cincinnati Jake Browning has to show me. We got to see it. If not, they're going to be looking for who's on the street right now that they can go get. I don't think there's anybody they can go get. Would they trade for Jameis Winston? The Browns aren't dumb enough to trade him any of the rookies that they got there. They can have no Flacco if they want. But give me the Broncos anyway. So to recap, I got Seattle on the road over Arizona. Minnesota over Pittsburgh in London. Washington over Atlanta on the road. Give me Buffalo at home, Detroit at home, and New England at home over New Orleans, Cleveland, and Carolina, respectively. The LA Chargers over the Giants. Give me Philly over Tampa, Houston over Tennessee, the Rams over Indianapolis, San Francisco over Jacksonville, Kansas City over Baltimore, Chicago over Vegas, Green Bay over Dallas, Miami over the New York Jets, and the Denver Broncos over Cincinnati. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Pizzles Picks. This may be coming. I might combine from Monday. But that is our show for today. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, Club Pizzle. We are going to talk the Browns' victory over the Green Bay Packers. We are going to talk the upcoming game versus the Detroit Lions. Plus, Cleveland Cavaliers are getting ready and gearing up to start training camp. Kenny Atkinson and Kobe Altman talked to the media yesterday. I'm going to recap that. I'm going to talk about that. Also, in the midst of that, Kobe Altman, you slide dog, you made a couple of moves. Going to talk about those moves and how that impacts Cleveland Cavaliers and just the season as a whole. And also, I'm going to maybe talk some Cleveland Guardians baseball. We'll see. Until then, I will see you all tomorrow.